we're never a bore. You haven't heard it like this before. Yes, it's time to explore the things we care for. And though your jaw may hit the floor, we're still the weirdos you adore. We're the weirdos next door.
Hello, this is Nobi, he, him.
And this is Nicole, they, she.
And together we are the Weirdos Next Door. I'm definitely getting more musical, I think.
Sure.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah.
So, we're going to read some and we're going to play some and cards.
Yeah.
And then we'll chit-chat.
Let's see.
What you got?
When do you think I'm most concerned about you?
Oh, shit, all the time. But, okay. For reals. I think you get really concerned about me when I start having one of my episodes, and not one of the angry episodes. You like kind of get away from me when I get like that. But when I have one of my manic, like I'm about to freak out and the world's going to pot, and so you do really try to step in there, and I think I coached you to just put a hand over my heart. Just kind of put a little pressure there, kind of helps settle me, because I do that for myself. I kind of learned that from my Carl Jungian studies.
I pushed those glasses up and...
No, it was not studies. I had a therapist who was pushing Carl Jung.
Made you cry.
Yes, found my inner child and all that kind of bullshit, which I'm sure we'll talk about sometime. I actually have tapes of those.
Mm-hmm.
He sent me a CD of those somewhere.
It's on the freezer.
Oh, is that what's on the?
Yes.
Oh,
it's on the freezer.
Oh no, those are just songs that he sent.
Oh, okay.
I'm pretty sure they are.
Okay.
Here's the songs we used for that weekend. Anyway, yeah, probably when I work with one of my episodes, or when I'm really sad.
Yeah.
But that's kind of a given, right? You're going to be concerned about your partner when they're really sad, right?
Yeah.
So what do you think that question means? What do you think that question's trying to get to? Other than obvious things.
Do you know when I need you to show up? I would say you're probably the most concerned about me when, like, I'm just crying for no reason.
Yeah.
And usually it's getting really, really close together. Like, I don't cry very easily. Like, occasionally a show, like, that we're watching, although there was that one week where, like, every single one of our shows that we watched one day just got me back to back to back.
Oh, I've been, like, super emo. But, of course, these are all the shows that, like...
Yeah, This Is Us.
Season endings, series endings.
So, like, everyone has to die.
Yeah.
But I feel like, and it's a benefit of, being together for 5 years and really knowing each other and how the other, like, processes through things. I feel like you definitely know the difference between, like, oh, like, this part of This Is Us is just pulling on heartstrings versus, oh, this part of This Is Us is probably getting way too real. Like,
well,
or like,
yeah,
just like when those weird little breakdowns are getting much closer together.
But, okay, let's clarify, because when you start crying during an episode of This Is Us or something, I make fun of you.
You make fun of me.
So that I'm not really concerned about you, because I know you're just being, just letting the emotions get to you.
Yeah, but that one episode where I was, like, sobbing for 10 minutes after, that is not normal.
Yeah, that's not normal. That's not normal.
That part's not normal.
Yeah. So is it concern or is it worry? Because I remember there's one time that you kind of like, there was a switch that flipped in your head and you started, like, muttering or something. You kind of went into, like, a mini zone. And you've never done that since. You only did it once. That was back at the beach cottage. You don't remember that?
Oh, that one like really, really terrible panic attack.
Yes. You're like rocking back and forth, and I don't know what triggered it. I don't think we really talked about it.
I've only had that happen like 2 or 3 times, and I still am not exactly sure what it is.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's like peak panic attack.
You said at the time that
Like
your dad had
dissociation.
your dad had a
he called
name
it
for it.
Yeah, he called it like burnout or something like that.
Hmm.
So I don't know if it's just like the embodiment of like emotionally spent for me, or
A glitch in the matrix.
a glitch in the matrix, a glitch in my brain.
But you don't think it was a trigger? There was a specific trigger.
Not that I can think of.
Hmm. I think we're just concerned about we're concerned about each other all the time. Just more concerned when the other is
Having intense emotions.
Yeah.
I'd say that's probably the best way to deal with it. Good, bad, indifferent. Like when the other is having intense emotions, we're like, hey.
Yeah.
Unless it's really like you need to sort that out. I'm not sure what that's about. We will talk about it.
But then sometimes it's also like, just, you sit down next to the person, just share space with them.
Yeah.
No talking, nothing, just, I'm here.
Yeah.
I'm just here. And I think that means a lot, I think.
Yeah, just show up.
Yeah, either. Anyway, let's do another card. That was kind of,
What do you think our relationship teaches others?
Oh.
That not all age gaps are creepy.
Yeah, but I still think people think our specific age gap relationship is creepy.
Yeah, but those people can go fuck themselves.
I think what was the question again? I forgot the question.
What do you think our relationship teaches others?
Oh yes, I really do think we have something to teach others. I think because there's the age gap, but also coming from different sort of backgrounds and sort of generations, that we've had to do a lot of work on making us work.
Yeah.
Right. And I think people find it inspiring, and would appreciate to know how we did that. And it's basically just doing a lot of talking about the hard stuff, and of course our 11-page contract, which is like we got to make it to like 20 sounds really good. Just make it double spaced. That's it.
You're terrible.
I don't know. But anyway, I think people, I don't know. I think people can learn from us from that. Learn about negotiation and consent and support, open dialogue, all that kind of stuff.
Autonomy.
Yeah.
Because even though we are fairly codependent, especially throughout the pandemic,
Nails.
we do still offer each other a lot of autonomy to just exist however the other needs to.
Yeah, I think the one thing that we have learned to do is to understand when each other is going through one of those phases, one of those moments where okay, you're having your really manic organizing phase. So I will leave you to it.
Yep.
And that's perfectly fine. And then you come out of it, and we have now fully organized pantries. Ta-da!
Ta-da! Look what I did, and I'm not going to do anything like this for another 3 months.
Sometimes that's what triggers me.
Yeah. And I think that our relationship teaches or has the ability to teach people that, like, when shit goes wrong, like, don't just ignore it or run away from it. Like, gotta just dive straight in and figure out
Address it.
the why of it all.
Yeah.
Like, I have to say, one of my favorite things that we do is come back to, in the future, if this happens again, can we try a different way?
Yeah, we do that. I've also appreciated how, like, when either of us are sort of like, I'm not going to say triggered, but like takes away something is said or how something is phrased, it kind of like makes us uncomfortable or brings back a certain kind of negative memory or whatever. We kind of said, maybe next time, can you say it this way?
Yeah.
You know, it's like, oh yeah. And that's one of the things, you know, we just learned how to best communicate with each other.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because, like, I say all the time, I can't fault you for, you know, saying something in a way that I didn't realize made me feel a certain way.
Yeah.
If I'm not aware of it, how are you supposed to know?
Yeah.
And how can I fault you for not knowing? How can I be upset with you for not knowing that I don't like being called, you know, baby love or like whatever the fuck it is?
I've never called
I know,
you
I'm
baby
just
love.
coming up with some random bullshit.
Now I'm gonna start calling you baby love.
Okay.
Baby love.
I mean, that's better than woo woo.
No, that was not. Okay, that was not woo woo. Okay.
That's what it sounded like.
I was trying to. Okay, so the fan was on, and you were brushing your teeth. I could hear in the other room.
And I was also like mumbling at Smudge.
Yes, and I didn't. And I was calling you because I needed you to come right away. What was it? What was it?
Don't know.
I forgot what it was, but I knew that if I just. Oh, and the back door was open, and it was night, so like I didn't want to yell out, "Little Bear," because like, oh my gosh, it was like just tell the whole neighborhood.
It was like midnight-ish.
Yeah, so instead
It was probably after midnight.
I thought, see, I think my voice is very bellowy and loud, and I think it carries, which probably doesn't. But so what I was trying to do was I was trying to like raise the pitch of my voice, call out to you, Little Bear, but at a, you know, but like kind of quick and just sort of like just over the sound of everything, so that it would get to you and you would know it was me. So I was going, Little Bear, Little Bear. In retrospect, it's so stupid.
And all I hear from the back bathroom is,
So you came out and we talked about our thing.
I was like, what the hell is that?
You came out, we're talking blah blah. Like, well, I didn't want to, and all of a sudden, all the neighborhood dogs start going.
Oh God.
Oh jeez, that was terrible.
Yeah, I don't think you realized that the door was open until I was like, what the fuck was that? And then we heard all the dogs barking and
Well, I knew the door was open, but I didn't think that was going to like cause a problem. But I was at a pitch.
you were at a higher pitch, which dogs hear higher pitches better.
Right. These two dummies didn't do anything.
Yep.
Anyway.
I think the other thing that you know, we could teach people from our relationship is negotiating the breakup. If you know how you like want to end, then I feel like it's helped us like be in our relationship.
Yeah, that.
Like, as I know, sounds super counterintuitive, and
But everybody needs to know that that is the like kind of the sizzle part of the whole thing. We even negotiated our own breakup and our breakiversary, and everybody goes ooh ah, right? We know that we use that, but before all that, you know, we had a lot of talk about conflict resolution and how to like handle certain situations, and cooling off periods and blah blah blah, and
Yeah, like
how to
how
phrase
ours
things.
is actually structured is because we live together and are, very financially intertwined and blah 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 blah. Like in the event of us deciding to break up, I have 90 days to figure out my living situation because that shit's not easy. Like it's not. I have time to, save money and figure out what my next plan is.
Yeah.
But there is also the clause that in that 90-day period, we're supposed to be working on our relationship to see if there is something that is worth saving or that is able to be saved. Like that's it's one of the things I've been incredibly grateful for is you've never once like dangled, everything about my existence over me. You've never, well, you've never once to me said, well, this is my house. Never, not once. Like, I am incredibly grateful that because I've heard it many times from many people in authority roles in my life of, well, this is my house and I have to have it my way because I own this and I say what goes.
Yeah.
You've never once like held my housing over me as, some sort
Leverage.
some sort of leverage or ultimatum.
Because that's bullshit.
It's bullshit.
Why would I do that?
Yeah.
Because you're not allowed to leave. You leave, I hunt you down.
Yeah.
Bring you back.
Take down?
Take down.
Yeah? I know we talked about it in a previous episode of like, it's similar to a prenup. Negotiate
Right.
when you're happy so that when shit hits the fan,
Yeah.
You've kind of done a lot of the work already.
Yeah.
But I don't know. I feel like one of the more important parts in that like breakup negotiations, like we don't want to talk meanly to each other.
No.
Nope.
Not without consent. Okay. This is probably gonna be the last question for this episode. What is the hardest thing for you right now that I don't realize? The hardest thing for you right now that I don't realize.
I don't know. I feel like we kind of talk things to death.
Yeah. I mean, and the hardest thing, if it's something as simple as like, I've been hoarding the dental floss. Like, that's whatever. I hoard dental floss. I don't know. I don't hoard dental floss. Do you?
I don't. I'm like, what are you trying to tell me here?
I'm just saying.
Did you find my stash?
Which? Okay, for me.
Which pile of bones did you
while
find?
While you're thinking about it, I will tell you mine. I have this like really like nagging deep down fear of dying because of my upper right tooth that has been hurting since before the pandemic, and I haven't gotten it like taken care of because I'm afraid of all that stuff, and it's still been aching, and it's been like 3 years now. So I don't know what's going on up there. Like I think I would know if there was like if it was really bad, it'd be really really painful, right? Yeah. So I'm not numb to it, and so it's not like some big abscess growing inside my skull or anything. No,
it's definitely something we need to deal with, and I feel like that's the hard part of this question because it's one of those. It's what I perceive that you don't realize, and because we talk things to death, like we realize a lot of these things about each other, but you perceive that I don't necessarily understand your tooth pain. Because no, I totally do, and it's been one of those things in the back of my brain, but I have a hard enough time keeping up with my own appointments.
Okay. So, all right, so that's not a good question. Okay, I'll find another.
No, like it's a perfectly good question. I'm just, it's weird, But yes, that is definitely something that we need to deal with, is get those appointments taken care of and get your, however we decide to handle that situation with an implant or bridge or whatever.
See, and that's not covered, so I have to wait until I find some money.
Yeah.
Oh well. Anyway, I'm gonna pick another question.
Well,
What?
I still have to answer.
Well, you did. Oh,
No,
okay. Wait. Okay, go.
It's been a topic of conversation between you and I quite a bit in the past couple months, and it's just like the desirability politics of it all, and just like not saying like it's your responsibility to like make me feel hot or sexy or wanted. Like, it's also just as much my responsibility to put myself out there. But I don't know. It's just complicated.
Yeah,
and it's definitely a hole I've dug myself, and I think now I'm at the bottom just looking up, trying to figure out how the fuck do I get out of this place. And I don't know how.
Yeah. Wait, I think I realize that. I'm going through the same as well.
Yeah. I think I just also have a lot of... I know a lot of it is, residual monogamy bullshit on both of our sides. But I feel like I also have a lot of just the stuff in my brain that holds me back from making like connections outside of us when it comes to, do you have the space to process those feelings? Do I have the space to process those feelings? Like, can't like, and often I'm like, no, we're not in a place to you deal with me throwing glitter all over the goddamn place and being in another relationship, having sex with another person, or like, so then I'm like, okay, never mind, not the time. And that's not the most conducive.
That is true. But at the same time, if you connect with someone, I mean, you can't will the glitter, and you can't stop the glitter. The glitter will happen if you make a connection with someone, and boom, it's there. You know what it's like. It happens.
Just how I socialized in my prior days was usually how I made connections. I never necessarily dated from online dating apps. I dated from running into people at bars, exchanging numbers, and then getting together another time and probably hooking up after that. Like,
yeah.
So it's just interesting because I have a really hard time with dating apps. But then there's also like, but then I'd have to like leave my house to, bump into someone at a bar.
See, now that is really hampered now.
Exactly.
Especially, yeah.
So it's like, it's a super layered question because it's like, I'd have to put myself in a situation to meet someone to go have some casual sex with before we'd even have to brace the subject of, are you in a place where you can process those feelings? Well,
I think we've also discussed that what is casual, right? It's not just like, random hookups or anything like that. No. It's like we still want connections.
I think I have a level of like, probably somewhere in a weird Venn diagram of demisexuality and sapiosexuality, and I have some suspicions about a pinch of asexuality just because it's complicated.
Yeah.
Like, because it's either hypersexual or like nothing.
This I have noticed.
That's pretty much it.
I know.
And a lot of the hypersexuality comes when I actually start to bond with someone. So it's like, it's just hard. It's multifaceted and something that we will continue to discuss and talk about. But
yeah, that's for sure. I think the whole dating thing is sort of like changed.
Yeah, it's like I don't even know how to approach it and how to talk about it anymore because it's like what applied to some of our discussions, 2 and 3 years ago,
Mm.
probably aren't going to apply as easily now.
Mm.
And I don't know. It's like what are the kids doing these days?
Right.
How are the kids dating? I don't know how this works.
I don't know either. Is it TikTok? Are they meeting on TikTok?
I don't know. I feel like you're always texting people.
Yeah, but a lot of it's like people like other old people.
Other old people.
Other old people.
And what's that supposed to mean?
And I don't mean literally old as far as age wise, but it's like people I know.
Mm-hmm.
Like friends, or kids. But I do like connect with people on dating apps and like communicate. I enjoy. I mean, that's been one of the one of the things that saved me during the pandemic, in addition to smudge, is being able to connect with people with via words.
Yeah.
And it's probably become to the point where like I'm having a hard time, transitioning that into meeting in real life. I don't know how many people I've met with and like developed a connection with, and they wanted to meet, and I'm like, not ready.
Yeah.
Not ready. So that's my thing. I feel like I'm disappointing a lot of people.
Right. It's like how long. That's the hard part. It's like I'm not ready quite yet, but like how long can I ask this person to be on hold?
Yeah.
Like how long can are they willing to meet me? And then there's also I'm not that fucking great. Like why would they want to wait to meet me? Like
same. Well, maybe it's not so much worrying about that, but just like we went out last weekend. We got out of our like
yeah, it was
bubble.
nice to push myself out of my comfort zone in a really weird, scary way.
We met some new people, made some new friends, and I think that's the way it's probably going to work best for us. It's just going to be organically, where just through the nature of the course of our lives, meeting people with like-minded interests and different whatchamahoo-has.
And I mean, that was always the plan, but then a pandemic happened.
Right. So we are now slowly getting back into socializing with other humans and not just animals.
Yeah. I think a big part of it is like you've at least had some fun with other people in the past 2 years.
Yeah.
I haven't even got that.
Hey.
I realized the other day I've never even had a like sleepover in our house. I haven't done anything that has not been with you in our house.
Hey, yeah.
And I'm like,
you know what? If it weren't for the pandemic, your girlfriend would have been here multiple times already, which would have been great.
Would have been great.
Yeah.
But it's like that dawned on me the other day. I'm like, wait.
Aw.
Wait. I haven't got to Sexile Papa Bear.
Get the what?
I haven't got to Sexile you.
Oh, sexile me?
Put a sock on the doorknob. Go grocery shopping or something.
Is that for this one? Should we read another one, or should we...
Let's do one more.
All right. I'm going to go. Tell me when to stop.
Now.
I went a little farther.
I noticed.
Ooh. When do we argue, and how does it make us better? Well, I don't think any arguing makes us better.
Arguable.
Debate. You little smarty pants. All right, just for that, I'm doing a different question.
No, we're discussing that one now.
All right. Well, first of all, let's define argue. This is one of the things we like to do. We're like, what do we like to define exactly what we're talking about. So we're both have the same reference. And I think that's one of the things that a lot of people, not just couples, a lot of people don't realize.
Yeah.
If you don't define exactly, that's where the miscommunications, that's where the problems happen.
Yep. Agreed.
Anyway. What is arguing?
What is arguing?
To you? Does argue mean we get like a little hot, a little emotional? It's like we're getting moved, and like kind of agitated, arguing, like almost angry.
Yeah, I feel like arguing there has to be some anger in there, which is one of those things where we don't have a lot of in our relationship. And if we are angry, we're typically angry at something else, not at each other. It might be projected onto each other.
Yeah.
But we aren't angry at each other. We're angry at this other thing, but you're the one who is here and you put that thing back wrong and I don't like it.
And I'm going to bang these pots around.
Exactly. I've had to do dishes 4 days in a row. I'm just angry. And it's not, I did dishes and you didn't. It's just, I have done dishes 4 days in a row and I'm tired and I don't want to do any more dishes, but I have to do fucking dishes and this is the rest of my life because this is what being an adult is. Just doing dishes every day and figuring out what to make for dinner every day and having to do laundry every day. Over and over again until you die.
Are you trying to start a fight right now? Wait, okay. Fight or argument? Difference?
I don't know. I feel like it's a thin line.
A fight?
I feel like it's one of those things where like a fight, the aftermath is going to linger a lot longer than just an argument. Because, there's always that, like, day after the disagreement where we're just kind of, like, uneasy around each other before we find something to laugh at, and then we're good.
Yeah. It's almost like, we're just like, okay, can we laugh now?
And it's usually, or I just walk in and it's just like, look at that stupid fucking cat. How'd that cat get so cute?
I know.
It's just like, we just need to move on. So I don't know. I feel like we're way more apt to have a disagreement or a tiff.
Yeah, and they're usually like really insignificant.
Yeah,
tiffs.
like they're like really small miscommunications.
Or sometimes it's disagreements about something we saw. Like, Dexter only cuts the right cheek.
Yeah, but that's not even really like...
It was a huge fight.
Oh, yeah. There was a battle.
I almost had to pull the my house card.
Oh, okay.
No.
But like it's typically just like disagreements and minor annoyances.
Yeah. I'm super annoyed at myself right now because I'm like totally immobile and like sometimes it hurts. It's still right now, like even right now, it like hurts to like just sit in this one position. So I have to keep shifting around, and so like I'm super like annoyed that I can't like go make a sandwich myself. I guess I should bring that that Pennzoil padded stool from the garage back, since apparently my workshop's not getting put together because I can't move around. I'm
we have
so
that
annoyed.
other stool. I just need to find a storage place for the almonds.
Okay. Yeah. What do we do with this? We have to put that. Are those the ones in the bag that's in the box?
Yes.
Okay. We have to put that in like a sealed like tub, right?
Yes.
Because okay. Did we get some more?
Not yet.
Oh.
But I do feel like when we have a disagreement, tiff, argument, fight, whatever you want to call it, whatever grade it happens to be,
Yeah.
I feel like it does make us better because we try to figure out what caused that and how can we better handle it in the future. Like we've said a few times now, it's in the future.
Yeah.
if we come across this again. So I feel like we try to find some slice of good in it. It's not always easy,
Yeah.
but we do try to find something that...
Well, we try to, like, you know, create some positive out of it, or like a learning moment.
Mm-hmm. Like, this is what I was needing in that moment, and this is what I need from you.
Yeah. Yeah, I think that's good that we do that. Yeah.
And then what about you? When do we argue, and how does it make us better?
We both just talked about that.
No, okay, fine. You're just copying my answer.
No, I was doing the answer for you. We were answering.
No, I think
it wasn't you were not
just
answering.
agreed. I think you just agreed.
Was this an argument or a stiff? Hey everybody, thanks for listening to us. We're the Weirdos Next Door. Check us out on weirdosonline.com, and we'll talk to you later. Bye-bye.
Bye.
Smash your social mores with the Weirdos Next Door.